Hey, it's me, Bree, and we're going to do something. So I'm on an organization kick as well as a creative kick journey thing to I don't know, make stuff, do stuff, be stuff. Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm a big hobbyist and I'm a big crafter. I love crafts. I love hobbies and all that. And I've recently gotten really into crocheting, and that means I've bought a lot of yarn. When I get into something, I get into it. And I'm also a clearance hunter. So I would go to Michael's and buy yarn, mostly on clearance. I very rarely pay full price, either on clearance or with a coupon or a sale or something. But this has led me to have a surplus of yarn. I bought a bookshelf to keep my yarn on, and it's not enough space, and I have more yarn. Let me go show y'all what I have, not even in my bedroom, not even on my bookshelf. Can we get, there we go. This is all yarn that I've bought within the past couple of months, honestly. A couple of just really big trips, mainly because the yarn, this brand, some yarns that I really, really liked, and I only bought a couple here, a couple there of, went on clearance. And I was like, oh, crud, I really like these types of yarns and they're on clearance, which means they're not going to be restocked. So I have to buy, I have to get it now before it's all gone. So I did. And that's how I ended up with that corner full of yarn. I also have a bookshelf in my room. Let me see if I can show y'all. My room is very messy, so I'm going to try to keep from showing y'all all of my mess. But this bookshelf, as you can see, there's yarn up there, shoe boxes and stuff. I only bought 4 storage containers, which was not enough. Then there's more yarn down there. Yeah, I also have yarn in my car still. I didn't get all of it out of my car yet. So we're going to start organizing my yarn. I've organized it before, but trying to reorganize it, see if we can find more space or something. A lot of it's fuzzy yarn. I think I'm going to cake a lot of my yarn since they tend to come like this. And these are the same brand yarns, and both of these are unused skeins of yarn. But as you can see here, this is how the yarn comes. I often just use it like this. I find the center pull or good. But I have wound a few of them like this, which in my opinion doesn't make it easier to use, but I think it can make it easier to store. I feel like this is a lot denser just holding it. That's a denser cake than this is. So I really do think that balling all of my yarn is going to make it a lot easier to store. So I think that's what I am going to do. It is a large undertaking. I've only done this with a few yarns. And I got a lot. Plus, I'm going to try to keep the little tags with them, which has proven to be difficult. But yeah, I think that is part of what I'm going to get into today, is at least caking these yarns out here before going in my room and caking those yarns, and also reorganizing where they are or something. I got to figure something out though. We should have an empty storage bin around here somewhere, and I feel like I'm going to use that to store a lot of yarn too. But yeah, let's get into this massive undertaking. Okay, so I got my tripod set up and everything, my ring light set up, hence why I have the worst glare in my glasses. But I cannot figure out how to keep them from glaring outside of looking to the side. But this seems like a very weird angle for filming a video. Also, now I feel like this is too hot. Yeah, so sorry about the glare. I'll get contacts eventually. So I got all this yarn. I'm really good at hand winding cakes, just so y'all know. I've damn near perfected the art of hand winding a cake. I've watched tutorials on YouTube on how to do it, and then I kind of tweaked them after doing it a few times. And I think I found, at least for me, the perfect method. Now, oh, wait, no, this is not thought through. Okay, so normally when I wind my cakes, I use a really thick crochet hook, one of those chunky yarn crochet hooks, and I wind my yarn on that. It works just fine. Everything I've seen is use a broom handle or something. And my chunky hook is with the rest of my hooks, which are in my car. So trying not to go to my car, I grabbed the Swiffer which luckily I just realized has a bulbous end, and I would not be able to get my yarn off of this without taking it apart. So I'm not using this. We do have a broom. I'm going to grab that. All right. Broom handle should be a lot easier to actually get the yarn off of. Again, I've never used a broom. Same spot, Brianna. Okay, I've never used a broom for winding yarn, but let's try it out with this one right here. So, I wonder if I can center pull this. I'm actually pretty good at center pulling these. Like, it's actually a good skill of mine. So, I put my hands into either side. I don't normally get too much yarn barf. And I just feel around till I don't know. I don't even know what I'm feeling for. I could not. It's kind of like sexing baby chicks. They can't explain to you how to do it, but they can do it, if that makes sense. No one can explain to you what you're looking for when you sex chickens, but they just know. Anyways, I just pull something. I don't think that was a good one, though. I'm on camera, so now it's not going to work. One of these is right. There we go. Look at that. That's it. That easy. Crazy, right? I only got a little bit of a wonky start. Cool. So we'll center pull that. Oh, this is a lot thicker than what I normally use. Okay. But yeah, let's just hold the yarn with a nice sized tail on it. I don't like this. I already don't like this because I do a lot of turning. Yeah, let me go get my crochet hooks out the car. All right, I got my preferred hook. This is the one I normally use for yarn winding. This one is a 16 millimeter Q. 16? I don't know. That's what it says on it. This is what I normally use to wrap my yarn. Like this better than the handle. It's a lot smaller, easier to hold. And also because I turn this a lot while I am winding my yarn. So what I normally do, get a little tail. I do it with the hook down. I found that works easier because I normally wrap from above, and with the hook up, the yarn can get caught on the hook, in my experience. So hook down, hold my yarn against the hook, and I start by doing a few twists. Like I'm holding the yarn with my finger as I wrap this around. I wrap it around and down, kind of making like an X. And then I wrap it up on the other side, kind of making an X again, and then back down, just kind of manipulating it. So it goes up on that side and down on that side. And I do that 3 or 4 times. Just get our base, and that starts our cross. A lot of things I see, they're like go up and down and then change your direction to go the other way, which I don't know. It was really hard for me to change directions. I could do it. It was just kind of weird. I still don't exactly know how I do it. But instead of that, the way the yarn's facing me, I always go down on my left to up on the right. I always wrap that way the entire time I'm wrapping. What I do instead is I turn the hook. I turn the hook 1/4 of the way. So now the X's that are on the back and front from my perspective are now on the left and right. And I keep going from bottom to top, bottom to top, bottom to top about 3 times. And so there's a slant in front of me, and then I turn it 1/4 of the way. So the X that used to be on the front is now in the back. You know what I mean? Or the X that was facing away from me, yeah, bottom to top. And then I turn it 1/4 of the way again. So where the X that was facing away from me is now facing me. They keep going bottom to top, bottom to top, bottom to top, bottom to top, oh, bottom to top. And then I turn it 1/4 of the way again. And I just do that all the way through. So bottom to top, bottom to top, bottom to top, turn 1/4 of the way. So what's in front of me is now on my left. Bottom to top, bottom to top, bottom to top. 1/4 turn, what's in front of me is now to my left. Ooh, I got a little yarn knot. There we go. Yeah, And that's literally all I do when I wrap my yarn. I don't know if you guys can see that. This gets me a very even, I mean, I say very even, and looking at it, it doesn't look very even at the moment. But I'm gonna get closer. But if you do it this way, you add yarn evenly throughout the ball, so you don't get too lopsided of a ball. Obviously, being human, things might still get lopsided. Let me pull quite a bit of yarn out so I can get a nice close look. Okay, so here is where I'm at. You can see the cross, or the slant, the line right there, and I just turn that way. And then I keep going from bottom and up and back around. Bottom to top, and then on the opposite side is top to bottom. I do that a couple times, and then I turn just that much. Then I keep doing it. And as you can see, it just gets bigger and bigger, kind of creates a shelf that's easier for you to put the yarn on. You can see that my ball looks actually relatively, relatively even. This, I think, creates a cake that looks similar to what you get like from a winder or from the store or whatever. Like when it's machine wound. I think this looks fairly similar to like machine wound cakes, or like using the hand crank ones, or an automatic one. There we go. Okay. But I feel like this is similar to that. And I kind of sometimes turn to where there's like a little hole. But mostly I'm just making X's on top of X's. Or crosses on top of... Just like diagonal lines on top of diagonal lines. It's not going to be perfect. And like something like this where the space looks kind of empty, I make sure to wrap across there. Just to make sure everything's nice and filled out. Ooh, I'm running through this. Pull some out of this bag. Right now I just have the yarn like right here. It's just in between my knees. Yeah, it's just that easy. And so I'm gonna just keep doing this for the whole ball. Once it starts to get bigger, it does get a lot easier to wind. Pull some more yarn out. I'll make a short too. I think I'm gonna also make a short with this. But as you can see, I try to keep a fairly long tail because you see the tail starts to disappear into the ball. And it's very hard to pull out when it's on here. So I just pulled some extra yarn out of the middle. Yeah, at this point, it's just more tedious than anything. But I think it creates a very nice cake. The cake's pretty tight. As long as I tuck like the back end really good, then there should be no problems, really. Boop, 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 ba-doop, ba-doop, boop. Throwing yarn across the room. But yeah. Sometimes that happens, and I just use my thumb to hold the yarn where it started kind of like coming apart. And I normally, like, when I have to stop so I can pull more yarn out, I typically just use my thumb to hold me where I am, pull a few arm lengths of yarn free and keep on trucking. Yeah, buddy. Oops. Because I like to hold it tight. I like a fairly tight ball. Like I said, I'm doing this to have like more space in my crafty craft area. I need to get more containers for my little bookshelf and such. Oops. But yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this and stop rambling because I don't think anyone would really care, right? And I'm gonna come back towards the end. But look at how nice that ball's already looking. Like, I think that looks pretty nice for being hand wound. But yeah, I'll come back. All right, I only stopped filming for like a couple minutes and I'm already almost done. Here's what my cake's looking like. This is like almost all the yarn I have. I literally just a couple more rounds. The bigger it gets, obviously, the more yarn it takes to go around. So the faster it goes, the larger it gets. But yeah, at this point, I kind of just, how was I holding it? Oh yeah, I just hold the cake now because it's so big. It's taking up almost the entire crochet hook. So I really can just hold the cake at this point. 3, I'm almost done. 1, 2, bam, that's it. So now what I do is I take the end here. This is always the hardest part, is like, because I have to tuck this in or else it's just going to unravel. So I just try to find a good place to tuck it. I'm going to take this end. You see it ends about right here. I got about like 2 that are going across right here. So I'm going to take this end and just tuck it underneath those yarns there. Done. And then I take this from the hook side and pull it out. There, it's got a little tail. It's a nice little ball. Similar to this one, though my middle started coming out of this one. And the tail is not fully tucked. Hold on. Tuck that one back into. Yeah, this one, my tail has started to come out of the middle. I wish there was a way to ravel them from the inside, but I just kind of been wrapping that up like that. I just want this tail to stick out, so I know that's the one to pull from. Come here, little buddy. Yeah, there we go. There's that. There's that. This versus this. Yeah. I just feel like this is going to be easier to store. My only thing is I do want to keep this with it, mainly because it's got all the information, right? The name. This is the Sweet Snuggles polyester, by the way. Loops and thread from Michaels. But it's got the colorway and the hook size and everything. So I just need a way to like keep this with this. I was thinking maybe like if I fold this, can I stick it in one of the crosses? This one came out kind of like, anyways. Yeah, maybe I can take this. Bam! There we go. Now it's just through two of the strings here. Maybe move it more towards the center so I can get it under an X. Okay, yeah, there we go. Boom! I should have thought of that before. So, I'm going to do just, I think, a few more cakes. I think I'm going to go till 12:30 and make a few more cakes like that. Maybe I should start with a color, because right now I got two different colors. So, yeah, I know I have some more in this circle. Like right here. Yeah, and we're going to get to caking. All right, I filmed some TikToks and stuff. More TikToks than anything. The other things I filmed, I think, are just a wee bit long. So I think I'm just going to refilm something about me winding my yarn balls. Speaking of yarn balls, there we go. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I just did. These are the fuzzy yarns I have left. And some of that yarn in these bags are also cakes. So they don't all need to be wound. They're already wound the right way. So I've done something. I also ate. So about to go get my son up from school and then keep dillying and dallying along and trying to get things done. I need to do his hair and some other things. My caffeine hasn't kicked in yet. But yeah, we're going to get it done. I think I'm going to maybe try winding some more yarn balls when I get home. And maybe try making some crochet braids. I do work tonight. That's at like 9. So I got to definitely get ready for work as well. But yeah. Okay. So after 6, I meant to get dressed for work at 6. But then at 6, my son decided he was hungry. I did his hair. I did a lot of yarn winding and videos and stuff. I think I said that already. But I was like, all right, I'll start getting ready for work at 6, so it's nice and early. But he decided he was hungry. We don't have any food that he wants to eat. He wants McDonald's. I'm not getting you McDonald's because you're getting McDonald's tomorrow. So I talked him into a quesadilla from Taco Bell. So now I'm going to Taco Bell to get a quesadilla. Actually, I'm already here. So yeah, now I'm picking up food and then I'm going to go back home. It's only like 6-7 minutes away from the house. And then I'm going to get ready for work. So yeah. Productivity. So it's tomorrow. I'm in the same hoodie. It's fine. I'm gonna just wrap up yesterday's video. I just didn't get to it yesterday. Got dressed, went to work. Good stuff. I did get a little bit of crocheting done. I also did not wash my face like I should have, so boo. But yeah, yesterday wasn't too bad. I think it was a good getting the ball rolling thing. I need to do more like hair video stuff and like, I don't know, just keep on track. So yeah, I'm gonna start today's video after I end this one. So that's it for now. My pimples are looking better though. Oh, the other one I think is up here. Yeah, all right. Thanks for watching me be boring. Deuces.